SMP. It stands for Survival Multiplayer, a staple of the Minecraft community, where players come together to create a massive, well-versed gaming experience.
Armor's just that bad.
So what are we doing? How have we found ourselves stranded in this unforsaken world about to be plagued by the depth of my intellect? Well, you see, this is Ascendia MC, and they've been stupid enough to give me creator rank, so I'm going to abuse it. You see, this server has something I like very much indeed. This server has leaderboards, and I want to be on said leaderboard. But which one? There's so many to choose from. Like a kid in a candy shop, I decided the best option would be death. Surely it can't be that bad, right? Now, for those of you who live at the bottom of the ocean with SpongeBob and his friends, and have somehow never seen a Minecraft video before, let me explain a few things about death. You see, there are many ways to die in this game. You can be killed from the undead, drown yourself and pretend you're playing Subnautica, walk into molten lava, trip over your shoelace and fall to your death, or fall into this endless pit of depression. But today we're going to be opting for option D and falling to our death. Quick, easy, and as least time consuming. Exactly how it feels to be in bed with your mum, but I digress. And so I set myself out on a task. I found a remote area and started my operation, building a tower, and as I stood staring out over at the sunset, it was time to take my first dive. But first, this video is sponsored by nobody. Did you really think I could get a sponsor on this video? Well, think again. Let's just instead skip to the death montage. I died countless times. Death after death after death after death. Until I became the topic of the entire server, and somehow met this guy. Let me introduce you to Frog Dude.
I am the way your son don't need a gun to get respect up on the street.
I have no idea who this is, but he wanted to help, and I'm not going to turn down free slave labor. Frog Dude then watched me fall to my death for the remainder of the 4 hours I was doing this forsaken task. And then, out of nowhere, Frog Dude came up with a better plan. You see, in order to maximize the time this would take, I needed to cut my death time down as low as I could. Currently, we're at 15 seconds per death. That was too slow. I needed to get it lower. Luckily, there's a way to deal with that. Introducing mob powers. More specifically, the chicken mob power. This gives me 5 hearts and makes dying way quicker. The only issue is, it would mean my current method of fall damage would no longer suffice. We needed a new option. So Frog Dude suggested the byproduct of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson after he spends one day at Skegness on a random Thursday in the UK heatwave. Lava. This cut my death time down to 3 seconds between deaths, drastically improving my death ratio. Now we were flying through deaths. That was until this random 5-year-old thought he could challenge me in a duel and started threatening me. Now we don't take nicely to threats, so I murked him harder than I murked your 6-year-old brother after he stepped on my fresh crepes. All said and done, we continued our journey. Somehow I am surprised I wasn't banned or warned because every time I died, this message popped up in the chat. But we fought long and hard. Death after death after death. Until we finally hit the end. 1,000 deaths. We had done it. Our grind had paid off. We were finally the top player on the leaderboard. There was just one last thing to do.